welcome to Woolly Whips. My name is Yvonne and this is my little place where I'll show you, I tell you about all my making. It's mainly knitting, but also a bit of sewing and sometimes other crafts, depends on what I'm doing at the moment. And welcome. I'm still relatively new here, but if you were one of the viewers that watched my last episode, welcome back. I'm so excited that I had a few views and that you're back here. If you're new, I'm also very happy to have you here. I'm also still very new. This is my second episode and I'm just very excited to tell you about what I've been making. Because first off, my finished subject. I'm so happy with it. This is the Lenon sweater by Caidree, but I've modified it to make it stripy and I've done a few other modifications. Wait a second. This is my knitting journal where I just have all my notes. The last time I forgot to show you, but I think one of my favorite pages is like this one. It's with yarns I'd like to knit with in 2025. Will I make those 9 yarns? No, absolutely not. But also just some information about like the knits that I'm doing. I've got my year of socks in here. And I've got a photo printer so I can print photos, which is really nice. But I also got my notes for today in here. So this is the Lenon sweater, like I said. I've knitted it in West Yorkshire, the Croft Aran, and it's in the colorway Melby and Browland. So Melby is the orange and Browland is the variegated one, which has, it's like a warm white or like a beige, bit of light yellow, but it has orange speckles, green speckles and some blue ones, and the orange is the same color as the orange as the Melby. I've knitted it in the extra small size. I've done a few modifications. So I've done stripes, obviously. They're 4-row stripes, and the ribbing I've changed as well. So I don't know if the pattern has 1x1 or 2x2, but I did 1x1 ribbon and I made it shorter. I think it has 2x2. But I made all of them shorter, so I made this shorter, especially my bottom one is short. Got another knit underneath. But yeah, that's what I modified. I think the original pattern has quite a long, especially bottom rib. I might still change it to be honest, but I'll get there in a second. Another modification I've made is the sleeves. Or I can best show you this one. So the sleeves are tapered in the pattern, but I've picked up less stitches around the armhole because I was slightly off on row gauge, so I didn't do as many rows for my armhole. And then I didn't decrease until the cuff, just before the cuff, and I just did one round where I did 6 decreases and then I went into ribbing, which I'm really happy with. The sleeves are like the perfect length. When I sit down, they just like, I can still do this, but when I just go and do things, it's like nice at my wrist. So I'm very happy with it. The only thing I'm not fully happy with is the length of the body. I can like try to sit up a bit, but it's, you can see my skin already. It's a bit, just a tiny bit too short. I think if I would have done one more repeat of the like orange and then the variegated and then a slightly longer ribbing, just the same amount as I did on my arms, on my sleeves, I think it would have been perfect. So I might still go back and change it because I have plenty of yarn left. I've got, let me grab it. I definitely overestimated how much yarn I needed because I got this one from my sister. I got 2 skeins I think from her, but I didn't think I could do a striped sweater with 2 skeins. So I bought an extra one of this, and then I bought 3 of the Melby. But I've got plenty left and a little nugget. So full skein of the Browland plus enough for 1 more stripe, and almost a full skein of the Melby. So this one still has like 94 grams, so I've got plenty. I might make a beanie out of it or something else, but I could easily lengthen it, so I might do that because it's just a tiny bit short. It will be fine with high-waisted jeans, but I think it will just be a bit nice if it's just a bit longer, especially when it gets cold in winter. But for now, I'm loving it. I really like the gauge. It's not too dense. It's quite a loose gauge, so it's still flowy. And today's the first time I've worn it because I finished it last Thursday and put it on the blocking mats on Friday. And Friday and Saturday I was babysitting for my little nephews and niece. So today it's the first time I'm wearing it because I don't wear it around kids, young kids. they are sometimes a bit, of course, a bit dirty. Not dirty, but they just get food everywhere or snot everywhere. So today is the day, first wear, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's just so cozy. That's my finished object. I've got later on 1 more finished object, but it's a sewing finished object. So we do that when we go into the sewing. Right now we're just chatting about knitting. My whips, my work in progress. So let me see, let's start with this one. I've made this bag myself. Really love it, just pretty easy. I don't remember the pattern that I used. I might talk about it more in another episode, but first we're going to talk about this one because I don't know how I feel. It needs a block, but you will be able to see, and I've talked about it the last time. I've made a tiny bit of progress. Oh my gosh, so many long ends, but here we go. It's the Vilma top, but more like a Vilma vest. But you can see the color difference. And I've added, I don't know where I left off the last time, but I've added 1 button band. Well, this is the one that's done. 1 done. The other one. And I've got the neck on top. I need to do the sewn bind off for this side. And I need to do the armholes, but I've only got like 5 grams left, which is, I don't think it's gonna be enough. I know the button bands each side took 8 grams, and I feel like an armhole will take at least 4 grams, if not 5 grams. So I can do 1 armhole and then the other one. I don't have any yarn, and I can't get this yarn. It's a little bit, wait a second. Wait. I've got an idea. Oh, sorry for the shakiness. Let me see. Okay. Welcome. I've got my swatches here. I don't remember if I have a swatch of this. I think I do, and I think I've got quite a big one somewhere. I'm going through them. These are not it. Nope. This is a future plan. Very excited for that one. Nope. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. we've got this swatch, which is from the first skein. So one of the issues I'm having is that the two skeins that I have, even though I bought them at the same time, are very different in coloring. But the green also, it's not shedding. Oh, what's the English word? I'm a Dutchie, by the way. And sometimes words are in my head in one language and not the other one. It can also happen that I've got the English words in my head and I need the Dutch one. But right now I've got the Dutch one in my head and I need the English one. Yeah, it's sort of the residue of the dye is still on the yarn. So when you knit with it, basically your hand just gets green. It's not too bad, it washes off easily. So it needs a really good wash, and you definitely will have bleeding with this one, but it's not color work. But yeah, so I'm hoping that when I block it, that the green will sort of even out a bit more, because right now it's just the two dye lots. It's just so obvious, like especially here, like this is the second skein and this is the first skein. But I'm gonna weigh this, and this might get me there, because this is quite a lot. We've got my solution. So now I might have the motivation to finish it. If you didn't watch the first episode, I'm going to New Zealand. I'm leaving in 3 weeks. I used to live there. My boyfriend is from there, and we're gonna have a holiday there again. And it will be spring. It might be too warm on some days, but other days it might be perfect. So I definitely want to bring this one and want to finish it. I did make a modification, so I've lengthened the body, which I can show you. It really curls up so much, but I think the pattern had you, after this one, I would have started the armholes. Yeah, after the second one, I should have started shaping for the front back, like split. But I've added one extra full repeat. So that caused me to play yarn chicken, but also I'm happy that I've done it because it's quite cropped otherwise. I don't have a very particularly long body, although my torso is longer compared to my legs for my length, but I'm tiny anyway. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, I just need to finish it and block it, and hopefully it will look nice. I've got my yarn now, hopefully enough. It will be perfect yarn chicken, let's hope. And then we'll see what I think of it. Like, I like the pattern. I like the yarn. It's just a bummer about the different skeins. I should have probably done change the rows, alternate the skeins. I didn't, because I thought it would be fine. They looked very similar in this game, but I feel like because one had been out for longer, it changed the color. You can also really see it here. Like, look at this. This looks more gray, this looks more green. But I feel like this was this at the start. Yeah, this one is even grayer. It doesn't even look green to me anymore. But I just think it's the fading of the dye. But if it eventually evens out, it's okay if it's more like a grey green than the green that I thought it. I really thought it would be this. But it's okay. I like it anyway, as long as it's not the striped different colors. Next up, I've actually made progress. What is this? Nothing anymore. Oh, there it is. I've got my little pile here of things that I'm gonna talk about. But last week I showed you the start of a sweater that I'm making for my brother, and I'm designing it myself. Not sure if I'll bring it out into real life. Let's see how I feel about it and what people think of it. But I've done all the calculations already, and because the problem was my brother wanted something very specific, kind of specific. He wanted a different color like top and sleeves, and then have a different color body and end of the sleeves, and have a bit of color work where the transition is. And I just couldn't find patterns that I really liked. Yeah, I just didn't like them. And I was looking for men's patterns specifically, so I thought I'd just give it a go myself. It looks super scrunched up, but we're getting somewhere. Last time I told you that I knitted it with the wrong size needles because I didn't write down my size needles that I did my gauge with. I thought I had a big difference in gauge. So my original gauge was 21 stitches and 24 rows, and I thought that this one with the 4.5 millimeters was gonna be 18 stitches, but that's not true. I didn't measure it correctly. It was 20 stitches. I still recasted it on, redid my calculations. I still felt like the neck opening was really big, so I just started the neck, which I think, and now I'm looking at it, I think it's fine. I think it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna do it double folded. It's 2x2, and it's a compound raglan. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. Okay, so I first only did, when I worked the German short rows, I only worked increases on the front and the back, and then after it, now I'm working increases at the sleeves every other row, and at the front and back every fourth row. And then in a little while, I think I need to do that like 3 more times. So those 4 row repeat, and then I'll do increases front, back, sleeves every other row. And then I'll be splitting for sleeves, and then after I've split for the sleeves, I need to see, I might do a few rows of still in the beige color before I do a set of color work. And for the sleeves, I'll do the color work like around here, like midway forearm, something like that. I haven't decided yet, but I'm excited with how it's starting to look. Losing my stitches here. Yeah, I'm much happier. So I started doing the color today, and now I feel good about it. When I was knitting the body at first, or the yoke, I was knitting it on even smaller cable than this, on like a 40 centimeter cable, which it was so scrunched up, and then the neckline was like poofing out, and I was like, ah, panic. But no, I think it's all good. Gosh, these stitches don't want to stay on. Let's do it like this. Where are we going? Here we go. Bit about the yarn. So I'm using Sandnes Garn Peer Gynt in the colorway beige tweed, and then I have, let me pick it up, this one. This is Woolly Knit British 4-ply in the colorway apple green. This is a fingering weight, and the Peer Gynt is like a heavy DK, so I'll be holding this one double. I'm gonna be curious how this one is gonna knit up on the 4.5 millimeters, because I swatched with the 4 millimeter. But we're just gonna go for it, and if it really doesn't work, I'll just see if I can buy more a Peer Gynt in a green color, but they didn't have a color that's as good as the apple green. Or I'll look whether I can find like Rauma Garn has a similar base as Sandnes Garn Peer Tweed. See what kind of greens they have, because they do have some nice headed ones. But hopefully I can just use this one, because I've got, this is 200 grams, and then I've got a whole cone right here. So that is my brother's sweater. I kind of really want to have this finished in 3 weeks. His birthday is the end of October. He's celebrating it next week. I'm not gonna have it finished next week, but hopefully I can get him to at least try on the yoke. And then I've got 2 more weeks before I leave, because I don't want to take it with me to New Zealand, because it's gonna be big. It's a lot that I'm carrying around, whereas when I finish it, I can't wear it because it's not for me. So yeah, I'm finally excited about it, finally really working on this. Since I finished this one, this has become my main width, and I'm really making some good progress. So I'm pretty happy about that. We're just gonna focus on this, and I hope to get some other things done as well. But if not, that's okay too. Do I have anything else to say about it? Oh, I might show you my swatch. So this is my giant swatch. I just wasn't sure about the colorway, and in the end I think I'm gonna go for this one. Which I think is gonna be really nice. This one I also like. It's the sort of pattern repeat from the Key sweater, which I think would work, would look really nice for a more masculine sweater. But I also like this one. Well, it will be more like this, but I like that one. This one I thought was too feminine. Wasn't a huge fan of this one. Then that one is nicer. So yeah, I think also for this design, it would be quite nice if you can choose a few options for the colorway that you want. So as long as it's gonna be a 4-stitch repeat, then any color work you could use for that band, depending on how big you make it, of course, like how many rounds. But that could be quite fun to have just different ones. I don't know how, this is the thing. So I've graded it now for with like a masculine size chart, not a feminine. And I've just been thinking, for women, like I've got tiny boobs, but if you have a full bust and you have like a band of color work there, I don't think it might be like stretching and look weird. But I'm not that kind of person. I just don't have the boobs for it. So let me know your thoughts. But in any other case, it could also just be nice to release a masculine sweater pattern, because there are not that many for men. There are a few that are written for men, and a lot of unisex, but they're not that many specifically for men. So that's what I'm working on. That's my main width. Then it's October, and which means Socktober. And I've started these the last time and I still love them. These are my October socks. So I'm doing a year of socks, or at least trying to do a year of socks. I've been casting on a pair of socks every month. I love these. They are so fun. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving this one. So what I've been doing is I've got a lot of sock patterns. I've got multiple sock knitting books. So I've made a list of all the sock patterns that I own and want to knit. And I've just been spinning a wheel that tells me which one I'm gonna be knitting, because otherwise I end up knitting vanilla socks, which is a shame. And this one was the one that my spinning wheel chose for me for October. And I love it. I love flowers. I got this, I thought today I got this beautiful bouquet from my brother because I did the babysitting for him, which is giant, this bouquet. It's absolutely big. But I thought to have it in shot But yeah, I love flowers. Gifting flowers is a very Dutch thing as well. Also because they're not crazy expensive here. Oh, you're stuck. But these are the Spring Fling socks by Saskia & Co. You know what I just thought? I was looking down to Vilma top. I didn't say who it was by. It was by Gregoria Fibers. But if I forget anything, I put all my projects and things I mentioned in the description box below, and I'll link my Ravelry to it as well. And I try to keep my Ravelry up to date, so you can always have a look there if you need any more information. And if I didn't say something and you do want to know, just leave a comment and ask me, and I'm more than happy to answer. But these are the Spring Fling by Saskia & Co. I'm knitting it in Rosa Pomar in the colorways, it's Rosa Pomar Mondim in the colorways 579. That is sort of the mossy bright green, and then the white one is just 100. Do I have anything else to say? I just need to finish my afterthought heel on the first one and cast on the second one. I do really want to have these finished before I go to New Zealand as well. Because I've got a bunch of other socks that I want to take with me that I want to finish there. So it would be nice to not take this one. I was contemplating for a second as well to do the second pair in the reverse color options. So like have the flowers and the cups and the toes in the green, and then the background color in the white. But I think I'll just go for the same. I've got still plenty left, but I love it. I'm enjoying it so much. They fit. First colorwork socks, that fits, and I like the feel of Mondim. I'm curious to see how well they hold up. I know I knitted a pair for my sister in Mondim. It didn't hold up that well, but I think she just wears it in anything, with everything. So we'll see how these go. I'm just loving it. It makes me very happy. But I'm a bit bored with the heel though. I'll be happy when I'm done with the heel and can just do the second one. That's the more, like the color work is more fun. The heel is not that fun to me. Those are my socks for Socktober, and as I mentioned, I've got a bunch of other socks on my needles as well. I think I still need to finish my July, August, September ones. Yeah, so there's 3 pairs. But I'll take 2 of them definitely to New Zealand. The third one I need to completely frog because it was color work that didn't fit. So I'll see what I do. Maybe July can just be a fail. Who knows? I don't know yet. We'll see. But if you want to see those, watch my previous episode. I go over them in those, and I'll show them to you later on when I've had some progress on them. Oh yeah, I've got a new cast on. Did I have any business casting something on when I need to finish a sweater for my brother? No. Did I feel like it? Yes. And it's a fun one. So, this is a modified Undina? Yeah, Undina scarf. So the pattern is called the Undina scarf, and it's by Naked Knit, but the original pattern is like a mini triangle scarf. I'm just not a big fan of triangle scarves. I don't know how to wear them. I'm really a sort of straight, or like the pointed, like this one, the pointed scarf kind of girl. I like big scarves. This is obviously not a big scarf. This is gonna be a small scarf. But I just like them straight. The edges are fun. Oh, that's the, I don't know if that's the wrong side or right side, but it's like the wavy edges. And the fun thing about this pattern is you do like a crochet border in a different color around it, which I'm definitely gonna do. The yarn that I'm knitting this in is alpaca from Wools of Holland, and I picked this yarn up when I was on a friends trip with my friends, and we went to this random small yarn place. It was kind of an interesting experience because we came there and you just arrived at like a farmhouse in sort of, yeah, just for the Netherlands, the middle of nowhere, which is maybe 10-minute drive from a town. Well, that is in the middle of nowhere for the Netherlands, but you're not in a town or in a city. And so we rang the bell because it wasn't like a shop entrance. She just rang the house doorbell, and then she opened up, and we had to like walk a funny way to sort of her room where she had the yarn on display. And I think she might have been, I don't know if she mailed it herself or it must have been her sheep or alpacas. And I picked this one up. I have 3 skeins of it. This is one. This is the one I'm knitting from. And I've got another one somewhere in here. I think it's the fingering weight. She had it in different weights. And I first thought to do a beanie with it. That was my original plan. And I haven't. And then I just decided to do this. I'm just gonna use one bowl. So I have 2 more bowls, and I think I'm gonna knit. I think this will be super nice for mittens. Although I don't know how well alpaca holds up, but it feels very nice. My issue with this one is I love the pattern. I love what it's turning into. I'm not sure if I can handle alpaca. I like it on my hands. I love knitting with it, but when I hold it up to my neck, I'm just like, this feels itchy. And I know I've got one beanie where I hold just a fingering weight sock yarn with a strand of brushed alpaca from Drops. And that one just itches on my forehead, especially when I'm a bit warm when I'm cycling around. So this might turn into a gift. I think it's really nice with the brown. I think it's just really nice, really fun. I want a small scarf because right now it's getting into the scarf weather, but it's not, I've got a lot of big scarf and it's not fully big scarf weather yet. So I thought a small scarf that I could just like, I would like to just like wrap it around like this, but then the other side as well. And then just tie it. So it needs to be like twice as long as this. That's my goal, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be for me. If it's not for me, I might just knit another one again in a different yarn. I do really like the brown one. I was thinking about having a yellow border. If it's for someone else, I might do a gray border that I have. But I do like it. So I don't find it itchy at all on my hands. It's just my neck. It's mainly my neck where it's just itchy. We'll see. It's fun to knit. I'm really enjoying this one though. I did put it away because I'm prioritizing my socks and my brother's sweater. Oh, and how I did the modification, the pattern tells you you do like increases and decreases to create the sort of bubble waves things, the edges. But when you're increasing, it tells you to do more increases first on both sides than on just one side. I've did on both sides, I think 3 times, and then I stopped doing the extra increases. 1, 2, 3, I think 4 times. So I did like extra increases here, there, this one. It's a bit dark, but yeah, I did it for these 4 rounds, and then I've just knitted straight. So that's what I did. That's a modification I made to just create a straight scarf. And it's fun. I'm thinking about buying yarn in New Zealand to make a version of this, but then a big one that increases slower, so you have more of a point, longer point. A bit Sophie scarf, Sophie shawl, Sophie scarf vibes, but then with fun edges, which keeps it, to me, a bit more entertaining. And also something like you just finish one scallop and then you go on to the next, so it sort of finishes a bit quicker. That was my knitting, and I've got some sewing that I need your opinion on. But first of all, I love my finished object for my sewing. It's so fun. I showed you it as a work in progress last time. I love this. I'll put it on, but like, let me get up a little bit. Hopefully I can show it well. I can put it like this. Oh, can I show the back? The size is perfect. I love it so much. And I'm so happy with it. I'll show you the inside. Yeah, I'm so proud of it. It looks so good. Is it perfect? No. Is it great? Yes. I'm so happy with it. It's the first time that I've done zippers. It also has a back pocket, so you can put something in. And the thing is, it's just such an easy size to take with you. I have like smaller crossbody bags, but they mainly fit your phone and your wallet and your keys, but not knitting. This one fits knitting, like a little on-the-go project. I had the Ondina scarf in with the 2 skeins, my spring and October socks. I had both projects in here. It was really full then. But if you have like the Ondina scarf, just a 1 skein project or a sock, and then a bottle of water would even fit in it, your keys, your wallet, it just all fits in here. And I love it. I love the fabric. I love how unique it is. It's very me. I'm just so happy with this. I'm definitely gonna make another one. The pattern is from Ikabanana, and it's called the Ikabanana fanny pack. And this is the middle size it has different options. So it's the one with the back pocket, and it's the sort of basic version. It has a 2-panel front version. It has a version with pleats, and this one. It has a large, medium, and small size. Its small size is recommended for kids. The medium size and a large size for adults. The large is really big, whereas the medium size is just, to me, a perfect size. I've done the zipper at the front with 2, I don't know what they're called, 2 of these, so you can just like open it anywhere you want. The back has just 1. I bought this fabric somewhere in France on a holiday at a little shop. I don't know what it is. What is it? It's a corduroy. That's what it's called. It's a corduroy with a pattern on it, and it's so fun. The inside is a boiled wool, so I think it's like a felted wool that I bought in New Zealand. And this is just the rest. Yeah, I don't know what you say about sewing, except that I love it and highly recommend. The thing I like about sewing so far is I like sewing bags, because I've done a few project bags, and now this one. I like that more over garments because the fit isn't as important. Like, even if something is not fully perfect, or if it's slightly bigger or slightly smaller than the pattern originally is, it still works out because it doesn't matter that much for a bag. However, for sewing garments, just like the ones that I've had so far, they didn't all work out because sometimes it's too small or too big, or I've done something not perfect, and you can see that really well, and it's a garment, which is just, it doesn't get me motivated to continue sewing. But this does, and I love it. I'm so happy with this. I definitely want to make more of these. Then I've got a few, first, let's do one project. That is a sewing garment. It's a dress that I'm not sure what to do with. I do kind of want to finish it and maybe bring it with me to New Zealand. Well, I was planning on doing a modification, but I'm not at a stage in my sewing skill. I don't have the sewing skills to modifications. That's what it comes down to. But it's an online tutorial on YouTube from Rosary Apparel. It's the Easy Shirt Dress, which has a shirt bodice. Also, ignore the wrinkles because it's been folded up for like more than a year. I started it June 2024, I think. So I started shearing the body. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like the frilliness. It's not comfy. So I might need to add some shearing in here so the top gets sheared too. And then I need to add a bit more shearing here on the body. It has pockets. But the thing that I've done is I cut out different sleeves from a different pattern. That back then I sort of had an idea of how I would fit those. But now I've got no clue. I don't know. Because so I made another easy shirt dress, but the sleeves are very poofy, which I don't like for me. And that's why I don't wear that dress that much, even though I love the color. I'm very happy with it. It's just the sleeves are too poofy. And if you want to wear a cardigan over it, you can't because you have these bulky poofy sleeves. So this is sort of the sleeve that I've cut out. It was just gonna be like that kind of sleeve, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. Also, I noticed today, so this side. Yeah, I think this one has been out in the sun. So this side is lighter than that side. So I kind of need to make a decision whether I'm going to use these sleeves and figure it out, or I think I need to hem quite a bit off the bottom and then use that to just do like a strap, because I think that could be nice too, and maybe way simpler. If you have any tips of things that I could watch, let me know, or just send me motivation to do this. I'm just not motivated by this one. I do like the color. I think it will be nice to have this dress in New Zealand. It's a cotton fabric that has like this texture. So it's really nice. I'm just saying it here. So hopefully it motivates me to work on this and finish this, because I don't think it will be a whole lot of work to finish it once I've figured out what to do with the sleeves. I've got this flower in me the whole time. Let's just do a bit like this. Here we go. Then I've got another plan that I really have to make before New Zealand, and that is to make some shorts. I've made, over the Dutch summer, I've made 4 pairs of lane pants, but the long versions. And I was such in a lane pants mood because they worked. That's like the first pattern that I was really, really happy with the fit. The first one I made was a bit too big. I can still wear it. But the other ones are great. And she has, so the lane pants are by Sydney Graham. And she's got a tutorial online as well to make the shorts, and her pattern is written great. It's perfect for beginners. I love her YouTube podcast in general, or her YouTube channel in general. But yeah, I was on a lane pants buzz, and I thought to make shorts as well. So I bought 4 fabrics for shorts. I'm not gonna make 4. I want to make 2, but I'm not sure which colors yet because they are a bit more gray than I thought they would be. So I've got this brown. I thought it would be a bit more of a warmer brown, but I bought them online and I don't think I remember well. But so I've got this brown color. I've got this blue one, which I think would be fun. I'm thinking of what? I've got an issue with t-shirts that I don't have that many that I really like. So I was like, does it fit with any of my t-shirts? And I was like, what t-shirts do you even wear? So yeah, we've got the blue one. We've got just a white one. I've also made a white pair of the long lane pants, but it's a bit see-through, and I wonder if this will be see-through as well. Maybe. It's nice and easy though to have just a light pair. And then I've got this sort of dark grey. I'm leaning towards this one and the blue one. I'm thinking these two. Let me know what you think. I might cut out the pattern, or I have to trace the pattern for the shorts. So I might do that today. But let me know which color you think would be a good color for like spring, summer. I'm trying to put them in such a way that I can hold them all 4 up. So we've got gray, we've got blue, we've got just white linen, and then we've got the brown. They do fit in a particular vibe. I was clearly going for a certain vibe that day. Not sure if it's really my vibe though. I normally have more warm toned things, but I'm still trying to discover my style and what fits for me. Then I would love another sort of opinion from you, or just inspiration from you. That is a better word. I would love some inspiration because I got this fabric. It to me is like a watercolor gingham, and I love it. It's so beautiful. It's this sort of neutral green. It's just beautiful. I think I just got over 1 meter, or like 1 meter of this. I could make shorts of it, but could also make like a top. The thing I find with tops is the sewing ones are often very wide in the body, which I don't really like for the summer, because I feel like if I have like wide things and wide shorts or wide bottoms, I feel like there's nothing of me. So that's why I sometimes like more fitted tops for summer. But also I'm not great at sewing garments, so if it's fitted, it's trickier to get correct. And I really, really want to use, like, this was the last little bit that she had, and I don't think she has restocked it since. So I really want to use this in a way that works. So maybe it's gonna be a lane pants with these two, and then I first make it with these and then with that one. Or I thought another option could be the Ruby Vest of Sydney Graham. But if you have any other inspiration, if you know any other designers, sewing pattern designers that are really nice, let me know. I basically know 3 that I really like. Oh no, there are more that I know. But I just haven't found a top pattern that I really like that uses about 1 meter of fabric. That was it. That was my knitting. That was my sewing. I think next week I'm gonna do a video. I've got a fluff on my nose. I'm gonna do a video about what my plans are for my knits in New Zealand. Not necessarily what knits am I bringing, but it's more, I want to buy yarn there. Well, I'm definitely gonna buy yarn there. But what yarns am I planning on buying and for what patterns? And the thing that I want to do, except for bringing some socks and maybe one project from the plane that is a bit bigger, so I'm not just on tiny needles for like more than I think 30 hours or more. So I need to have a bit of a change there. So that's what so one thing, which projects will I bring from the plane? But the other one is gonna be, okay, what yarns do I wanna buy? And my plan is to, what I buy there, I wanna knit there, mostly. So I don't wanna buy a whole lot of sweater quantities that I just take back, because I've got this whole cabinet behind me that's full, that I kinda, that I really wanna finish knitting. I want to use up more stash this year and next year. That was my plan. But I also do want to buy some yarn in New Zealand, because there's some yarn that I really love, some indie dyers that I really love. And for me, it's kind of good right now because the New Zealand dollars is not standing very great in comparison to euros. So basically, €1 almost turns into 2 New Zealand dollars. So it's quite cheap in that way. So yeah, and I love the Possum Merino yarn, which I'm definitely gonna buy. So I think next week I'm gonna just chat about some patterns I have in mind that I really want to knit and don't have the yarn for yet, and I might want to knit there. So stay tuned. Let me know what you thought of this episode. I hope it was a good one. I hope you enjoyed it and that you got some inspiration. And I hope to see you the next time. If you like it, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you're knitting on. I can always use some extra inspiration. That's what I love about these videos and why I want to make them as well, because I just really like seeing the different colors that people use, different patterns that they make. So let me know what you're working on. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this episode. And